Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shah. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful elect Akim out there, pushing this word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shah has created us to do, so he can wake up and seal the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you Israelites who are scattered amongst the heathen nations that may look like the heathen nations, but your father's seed line goes back to you being a so-called black, Hispanic, or Native American, one of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Hey, Shalom. It's your brother Halakia from the GMS Denver camp coming back once again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shah with another video. And this is going to be another installment of Thoughts of Peace, where I go into all the promises that the Most High has made unto the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You see, in the state of peace that he's promised to bring us into. Because you'll have, leave it up to the heathen nations, especially Esau. All we're good for is to be slaves and being oppressed. And that's not, the end all be all for the seed of Israel, man. That's not what the Most High told us that we were going to be forever. Because when you go throughout all this book with the proper understanding through the Holy Spirit, man, it's beautiful. You see, we see our conditions and what we suffer now as a people, but according to the prophecy of the Most High, according to what He's promised, He's going to take us away from this, man. He's going to send His Son Yahweh Shah to save us from this, and we're going to be brought into a state of everlasting righteousness, everlasting peace to rule on this planet Earth forevermore, man. This is what's coming. This is what the Most High ordained it to be from the beginning, man. Matter of fact, I'll start off with that. Let's get Isaiah 46. We'll start at 8. It says, "Remember this and show yourselves men. Bring it again to mind, O ye transgressors. Remember the former things of old. For I am the Most High, and there is none else. I am the Most High, and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure." And this is what's happening, man. Everything the Most High has ordained from the beginning is playing out. You see? Everything is happening just like the Most High said it was going to happen. When it's all said and done, He's about to bring the Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, into power to rule this earth in righteousness forevermore. This is the will of the Most High God Yahweh, you see? And this is and these are His intents and purposes for the earth, you see? So let's go back to Jeremiah 29, and we'll start at verse 11. It says what? "For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith Yahweh, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end." So this is what the Most High has in mind for us, man. Yeah, we're in this position of being punished right now, and the reason we're being punished is because of our disobedience as a people. We broke the Most High's covenant by following after the ways of the heathen, and now we're suffering the consequences for us breaking the covenant. You see, we're up under the curses now as a nation. And this is why we find ourselves in this condition, but the Most High has promised that we were not going to be in this condition forever. Because He has thoughts of peace towards us, man. And this is what He's about to bring us into. Verse 12 says what? "Then shall ye call upon me, and ye shall go and pray unto me, and I will hearken unto you. And ye shall seek me and find me, when ye shall search for me with all your heart. And I will be found of you, saith Yahweh. And I will turn away your captivity, and I will gather you from all the nations and from all the places whither I have driven you, saith Yahweh. And I will bring you again into the place whence I caused you to be carried away captive." And this is what's happening. We're fulfilling this, man. This is being fulfilled. We're turning back to the Most High, meaning what? We're repenting through faith in His Son, Yahweh Shah. We're seeking after the Most High 10 times more because of our offenses that we committed in our past. And now He's hearing our prayers, man. He's hearkening unto us. This is why we see Esau's power structure crumbling, man. Because there's a power shift happening in the earth. And the Most High is about to send his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, back to deliver us from this captivity that we suffer, man, because we are still in captivity as a people. All throughout this world, we're captive up under the heathen nations that rule over us. And the Most High is going to send Yahweh Shai back to save us from it. To bring us into that everlasting state of righteousness, man. To bring us into that everlasting state of peace that the Most High has prepared for us. Now, the prophecy I want to go into tonight is going to be Zechariah 8, the entire chapter, right? It says what? The coming peace and prosperity of Zion. This is what we have coming, man. This is our future as a nation of people. See, it begins with the elect of Israel, those who have been blessed, you see, and privileged to partake in this right now. It's coming to us first, Lord willing, we be a part of that number. And then the rest of the nation of Israel, every single Israelite will be brought into this state of peace, man. You see, this is what's coming. This is what the Most High has planned for us. Thoughts of peace and not of evil. And you guys talking about wicked Israelites are going to be burning somewhere forever. You out of your damn mind, man. Because the Most High has thoughts of peace for the entire nation, even the 2/3. You see? But they must know it after death by pain, which is not going to be an everlasting judgment, man. No. It's going to be a certain space of time where they're going to receive their punishment and be judged. And once the Most High sees fit to end that suffering for them, they're going to go back to the spirit world, you see, and wait to be reincarnated back into the earth by way of the elect of Israel, man. You see? Because we're gonna be having hundreds of thousands of children, man. One man is gonna be having hundreds of thousands of children, as it tells you in Isaiah 60. Where do you think all those children are coming from? Those are the 2/3 being rebirthed in the earth, man. You see? But let's move on. It says what? Zechariah 8:1, it says what? Again, the word of Yahweh of hosts came to me, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I was jealous for Zion with great jealousy, and I was jealous for her with great fury. And this is why we're about to see a great judgment be poured out into the earth, especially here in the land of America. Why? It's because what has been done to Zion or to the Israelites. The Most High is very pissed off of how his people have been treated, especially by you Edomites, you so-called white people, man. You see? And this is why this great punishment is about to befall the land of America. Verse 3 says what? Thus saith the Lord, I am returned unto Zion, and will dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and Jerusalem shall be called a city of truth, and the mountain of Yahweh of hosts, the holy mountain. You see? The Most High is returning back unto us through his son Yahweh Shai. And when this transformation is finally complete, meaning what? When we're brought into that second covenant, which we're not under at the moment, we're going to be fully tied back to the Most High, man. You see, to become gods in the earth. This is what the Most High has planned for us, man. You see? Where he's going to dwell in the midst of us. Because we are Bethel, man. You see, the dwelling place of the Most High. The Most High dwells in the midst of Israel. And Israel only. Verse 4 says what? Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, there shall yet old men and old women dwell in the streets of Jerusalem, and every man with his staff in his hand for very age. Now, what you have to understand is we're about to be brought into a state of being gods. We're never going to age again. You see, just like a movie In Time, everyone stopped aging at 25. Everybody looked 25 forever. It's going to be something similar to that. Now, we are going to get older, but we're not going to look older. You see? That's what that means. So you might have a young man who may look 19, 20 years old, but in all actuality, he's 2,000 years old. That's what we're about to come into, man. Age, we're going to be ageless, man. We're going to be unaging. You see? No more of your body breaking down, your hair turning gray, or whatever it may be, man. All that's about to go away. That's a part of the curse. Aging, getting old, is a part of the curse, man. You see? We're not gonna Like what's the saying in the world? Black don't crack. That's what it's gonna be for real, man. You see, because we're gonna get older, but we're not gonna look older. You see? Verse 5 says what? And the streets of the city shall be full of boys and girls playing in the streets thereof. Our children are gonna be safe, man. These are thoughts of peace because our children, I don't have any children, just speaking in general, on behalf of brothers. Brothers' children are not safe, man. You can't just let your children just roam up and down the streets freely. Because you'll be afraid of somebody snatching them up, molesting them, kidnapping them, whatever it may be. This is the type of world we live in up on the Esau, man, where children are subject to be kidnapped and put into a goddamn sex trafficking ring, man, or be taken to some damn pedophile island. This is the world we live in up on the Esau, and it shouldn't be that way, and it won't be that way in the kingdom of heaven, especially for our children. You see? Our children are going to be able to roam the earth freely and be safe every second of the day, man. That's peace. That's one less thing you have to worry about. Damn, I wonder where they at. What they doing? What they got going on? All that shit's going to be left here in Babylon, man. You see? That's a part of the curse. Worrying about your child and their safety. That's something that's not going to be worried about in the kingdom. That's peace for us, man. And this is what the Most High is promising to bring to us. Zechariah 8:5 says what? And the streets of the city shall be full of boys and girls playing in the streets thereof. Thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi of hosts. If it be marvelous in the eyes of the remnant of this people in these days, should it also be marvelous in mine eyes, saith Yahweh of hosts? So it's, bro, because the spirit that the remnant is in, man, we're longing to see this. And I'm gonna say, Lord willing, we are of the hopeful elect, man. We are truly longing to see this. Brothers will be sitting around meditating about the kingdom and what it's gonna be, how it's gonna be, so forth and so on. And it is marvelous in our eyes, man, to finally have a kingdom of our own. Us having dominion in the earth, us calling the shots in righteousness. And it is marvelous in our eyes. So how much more in the sight of the Most High? Because he's the one that's going to do it for us, man. He's the one that's laid it out and promised that he is going to do it for us. Why? Because of those thoughts of peace that he has towards us. If it's marvelous in the sight of the remnant, how much more in the sight of the Most High? Because this was always what it was going to be when it was all said and done, man. Israel coming back into what? That state of glory that the Most High always wanted us to be in from the beginning. We're coming into that, man. Verse 7 says what? Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, behold, I will save my people from the east country and from the west country. And that goes into the elect being gathered from all throughout the earth, man. You see? And that's all according to prophecy. Let's get one real quick. Let's get Isaiah 11, and we'll start at verse 11. It says what? The restored remnant, because that's what it's all about. The remnant that's been prophesied to return to receive salvation when the Lord Yahawashi makes his second coming. So Isaiah 11:11 says what? And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Amath, and from the islands of the sea. Because you're going to have the remnant being gathered from all throughout the earth. Wherever the remnant of the nation of Israel is, those true believers of Yahawashi, they are going to be gathered from those lands that we have been scattered to. Especially here from the land of America, man. The North Country. You see? Verse 12 says what? And he will set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. That's prophecy, man. That's prophecy. The Most High is about to gather his people, the remnant of his people, from wherever they are scattered. And the Lord Yahawashi reiterates that in Matthew 24, and we'll get straight to the point. Matthew 24:30 says what? And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Because when Yahawashi returns, he's coming back on so-called UFOs. which are actually the chariots of the Lord. You see? And what is he going to do when he returns? Verse 31. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. You see that? Prophecy. It's always been prophesied that the Most High was going to come and gather the remnant from all the lands that we have been scattered to. You see, and only the remnant is going to be gathered. The 2/3, especially in the land of America, are going to be destroyed because they haven't been ordained to receive salvation when the Lord Yahweh Shah returns. Only the remnant has been ordained to receive salvation. And that's who's going to be gathered according to the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Now back in Zechariah 8 and listen to this. Zechariah 8 and 8, it says what? And I will bring them, and they shall dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and they shall be my people, and I will be their God in truth and in righteousness. Now, what does that mean? What does this mean? This means that when the Most High comes to gather the remnant of Israel from wherever they're scattered, we're going to be what? We're going to be brought into that second covenant. And that's what the Most High means when he says we're going to be his people and he's going to be our God. That always goes back to that second covenant that the Most High has promised to bring us into. And he made that statement or made that promise to our forefather Abraham all the way back in Genesis 17, man. And that point is reiterated all throughout the scriptures, even into the New Testament, man. Showing you that that promise is going to be upheld. You see? Go read Hebrews 8. That promise is going to be upheld, man. The Most High is going to bring us into that second covenant because that's a part of us coming into that everlasting peace, man. We can't have an everlasting peace as a people if we're not brought into that second covenant. We have to be changed. We have to be given those new righteous immortal bodies and have the law, statutes, and commandments put into us, because if not, we would continue to go off, and that would keep us in a bad space with the Most High. So everything we're suffering now, man, the Most High is about to do away with it, man. Everything. Everything we're going through as a nation of people, the Most High is about to end our suffering, and he's about to bring us into that peace, man. As promised. Verse 9 says what? Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, let your hands be strong, ye that hear in these days these words by the mouth of the prophets. And that's talking to who? The remnant, because only the remnant is going to believe in this. Only the remnant is going to stand for this. You see? So we have to what? Let our hands be strong, man. You see? Let our hands be strong, because it's going to come to pass. And the Most High wants to do this for us, man. Did not Yahweh Shah tell us it is our Father's pleasure to give us the kingdom of heaven? That he wants to do this, man. So there's no need for us to shy away from this, man. We have to continue to stand boldly in this and let the world know what the Most High is about to do. You see? It says what? Which were in the day that the foundation of the house of Yahweh of hosts was laid, that the temple might be built. Verse 10, for before these days there was no hire for man, nor any hire for beast, neither was there any peace to him that went out or came in because of the affliction. For I set all men, everyone against his neighbor. And that was what? According to the curses. This is why we see our people killing each other, man. No love amongst our people. That's all because of the curses that we're under. But what does the Most High say? Verse 11. But now I will not be unto the residue of this people, as in the former days, saith Yahweh of hosts. So that means the Most High is lifting the remnant from under the curses. And this is why you see us, the remnant, congregating together, man. Brothers coming together in one spirit to do what? To serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. That proves that yeah, we're up under the curses, but not to the extent that the 2/3 are under them, man. See, when you come into this truth, man, we're not plotting on each other, man. We're not trying to defraud each other. We're not doing any of that bullshit that you see Israelites doing in the world, man. We're in a completely different spirit. You see, we're on a mission on behalf of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. And that's because of what? The Most High is lifting us up from under those curses, you see, and bringing us into what he's promised us, man. Verse 12 says what? For the seed shall be prosperous, the vine shall give her fruit, and the ground shall give her increase, and the heavens shall give their due, and I will cause the remnant of this people to possess all things. And this is what we're fighting for, man. You see, we're fighting to become joint heirs with Yahweh Shai in the kingdom. But what do we have to do before we can inherit it? We have to go through much tribulation. You see, we have to go into we have to go through much tribulation as the remnant, because that's the only way we can enter into the kingdom, man. And it tells us if we continue in Yahweh Shai's suffering, he's going to make us co-heirs with him, man. You see, and once we're made co-heirs, the Most High is going to give us possession over everything, man. Everything in existence, the entire universe is going to be given over into our hands. You see? That's what it means by doing what? Possessing all things, man. Everything that exists is going to be given over to the hands of the remnant, man. Whew. You see? Verse 13 says what? It shall come to pass that as you were a curse among the heathen, O house of Judah, and house of Israel, the southern and the northern kingdom, you see, the remnant of us so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, not just so-called black people, no, the northern kingdom too. You see, those brothers who are so-called Hispanics and Native Americans, they're part of this as well, man, because they're out there proclaiming the truth of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. They're out there uplifting and exalting the Most High Yahweh and his only begotten Son Yahweh Shai. And the reason they're doing that is because they are Israelites. You see? You see? They're being lifted from under the curse as well, man. Because they are Israelites. They are part of the remnant of Israel. You see? It says what? Zechariah 8:13. And it shall come to pass that as ye were a curse among the heathen, O house of Judah, and O house of Israel, so will I save you, and ye shall be a blessing. Fear not, but let your hands be strong. So the Most High is telling us to man the fuck up, man. Be strong. He is going to do this for us. We have no reason to doubt. You see? Or to tap out, to go back into the world, man. The Most High has promised to do this for us, and he's going to bring it to pass. You see? He's going to bring it to pass, man. He's promised to save us, and that's what it's going to be. And we have to wholeheartedly believe in that. Yeah, our enemies are about to come up against us. Yeah, we're about to be persecuted and lied on. You see, we're about to be made public enemy number one because of our faith that we have in our Heavenly Father Yahweh and his only begotten Son Yahweh Shai. But the Most High is telling us, man, don't worry about that. Hey, he's going to save us. Fear not. But let your hands be strong, man. Like the scriptures tell you, put off now the weak nature. You see? Put off now the weak nature, man. And stand strong in these prophecies, in the words of the Most High. Verse 14 says what? For thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai of hosts, as I thought to punish you, when your fathers provoked me to wrath, saith Yahweh of hosts, and I repented not. So again I have thought in these days to do well unto Jerusalem and to the house of Judah, fear not. Come on, man. You see, just the Most I just like I put y'all up under the curses, I promise I'm gonna bring y'all up under the blessings. But you have to believe, because it's all about faith, man. You got to have faith in these words. If you don't have faith in these words, they're not gonna do anything for you. You see? And that's why only the remnant is going to be saved, because only the remnant is going to live by faith and cleave wholeheartedly unto what Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai has promised, man. You see? The Most High is telling us again, fear ye not. Verse 16 says what? These are the things that ye shall do. Speak ye every man the truth to his neighbor. And this is what we the prophets do. We don't sugarcoat the doctrine. We don't take away from it. We don't add to it. We don't try to twist it to appease your feelings because we don't give a fuck about your feelings. At the end of the day, we give you the 100% truth as the Most High has told us to do it, man. We're not hiding anything for you. You see, we're not trying to skew it to make it fit an agenda of ours. We're giving you the 100% doctrine as we have been commanded to do. Speaking truth to our neighbor, man. It says what? Execute the judgment of truth and peace in your gates. And let none of you imagine evil in your hearts against your neighbor. Like I said earlier, we don't conduct ourselves in that way, man. We're not sitting around here plotting on a brother's woman. You see, we're not here trying to steal from a brother or defraud a brother. We're not living like that, man. That's that shit these niggas do in the world. You don't see that when you come amongst the body of believers, man. It says what? And love no false oath. For all these are things that I hate, saith Yahweh. So that's how we're conducting ourselves, man. That's how we're moving. You see? Doing what's pleasing in the sight of the Lord, man. Verse 18 says what? And the word of Yahweh of hosts came unto me, saying, Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the fast of the 4th month, and the fast of the 5th, and the fast of the 7th, and the fast of the 10th, shall be to the house of Judah joy and gladness, and cheerfulness, or cheerful feast. Therefore, love the truth and peace. And that's the spirit we're in, man. We're in the spirit of loving the truth and loving peace. We're tired of wickedness, man. We're tired of everything being out of order. Man, the Elder Yashawama did a video, I think a few hours ago, about how the earth is dying, and he was just going through all these fucking things that's going wrong in the earth, and all you can do is fucking sigh, man. Like, goddamn. Everything we eat is polluted. Everything we drink is polluted. This shit is through, man. You see, so we are in love with what the Most High has promised to bring unto us, man. A world, a kingdom where indwelleth righteousness, where everything is going to be back in the proper order that the Most High intended it to be in. Where the waters are going to be pure and fresh. No food is going to be polluted. No fucking GMOs. No confusion about what a man and what a woman is. Everything is going back to that natural order that the Most High intended it to be in, man. You see? Everything is, and that's a part of the truth and peace. Everything that this damn devil has set up in this earth is off. Chaos, confusion, disease is all running rampant up on the Esau because he's doing it in wickedness, man. He has completely forsaken the righteous way of the Most High, and he's trying to do it his way, and we see just death taking place in the earth, man. And we want out of this bullshit. We want Yahweh Shai to come and destroy this man. Destroy his system so a truth and peace and righteousness can flourish in the earth forevermore, bringing our planet Earth back into a state of paradise, man. You see? Back into a state of paradise, man. That's what we want. You see? Therefore, love the truth and peace. What we're telling you, what we're giving you through the Holy Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is truth, is peace, is righteousness. It's going to cause life to flourish. The law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High being established in the earth is going to cause life to flourish. It's going to cause your family, you to have the supreme authority over your family. You see? Your family is going to cause your family to be in order, your women to be in order, your children to be in order, so forth and so on, man. This is what we're longing for. You see? True sovereignty, man. This is what the Most High has promised to give us, and it will happen. Verse 20 says what? Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, it shall yet come to pass that there shall come people and the inhabitants of many cities, and the inhabitants of one city shall go to another, saying, let us go speedily to pray before Yahweh and to seek Yahweh of hosts. I will go also. And that's because of what? Because we're going to be set up as the kings and priests in the earth, and we're going to teach the nations the righteous ways of the Most High. This is what's coming, man. This is what's about to happen. Let's get this real quick. Micah 4. Yup. Peaceful latter days. And this cannot come until Esau is taken out of the way. So we're not in the spirit of, oh, let this shit go on for another 15, 20 years. No. We praying that Esau, he's taken down this year, man. You see? We're hoping this man is cast down this year. Lord willing. Because peaceful days cannot come until Esau is taken out of power. So we're not in the spirit of tiptoeing around, talking about, oh, stop talking about the so-called white man. Man, fuck all that. According to prophecy, he will be revealing his time, and this is the time his punk ass is being revealed. You see, because we want the peaceful days to come, man. We want everything to go back to a righteous state. We want everything to go back to how the Most High intended it to be from the beginning, man. You see? It says what? In the last days, it shall come to pass, but in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of Yahweh's house, that the mountain of the house of Yahweh shall be established in the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow unto it. 2. And many nations shall come and say, come and let us go up to the mountain of Yahweh, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For the law shall go forth from Zion, and the word of Yahweh from Jerusalem. And that's what's going to take place once we come back into power, man. The laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai will be established full force in the earth. So all this bullshit that you see going on in the earth right now up under Esau, it won't be this way when we come into power. Righteousness is going to go forth. You see? And it's going to cover the earth as the waters cover the sea, man. We're doing away with eating abominable meats. We're going to do away with the fucking rainbow flag agenda. We're going to do away with disorder in your households. We're going to set everything up according to how the Most High intended it to be. The man will be the man will be over the woman as it's intended to be. That will cut out a lot of confusion, man. You women are going to be put back in your fucking place as being the lesser vessel. And you're going to get your ass in order, man. The children are going to be put back in order. None of this fucking running around and killing their parents. All that shit is going to be put out. That's only allowed to happen up under Esau, man. All the food being poisoned, the water being poisoned, the air being poisoned. Animals are killing themselves because of the toxicity of their living conditions, man. All that shit is going to be all that shit is going to be done away with when Esau is taken out of power, man. Because the law, statutes, and commandments, the righteous way of living, the way of life is going to be established in the earth full force, man. Point blank, period. And if you don't want to get down with it, we're going to lay your ass down. You see? From the earth you came to the earth you shall return if you don't want to walk in the righteous ways of the Most High. We're going to put your ass to death. Point blank, period. No questions asked. Because the way this earth is being ran is completely out of fucking order, man. And all of you dumbass people who are still siding with Esau, thinking that this is the best way, you see, the earth should be ran, you deserve to die right along with this motherfucker, man. You see? Because this place is completely defiled and polluted up under the wicked, man. They have to go. You see? They have to go, man. And they're going to come, and you heathen are going to come and learn from us the righteous way, how you're supposed to live, man. And when you do that, watch how your life is going to be enhanced by walking in the ways of the Most High to the best of your ability. So Micah 4, I read that one already. Verse 3, it says what? And he shall judge among the nations, and he shall judge among many people, because Isaiah 2 said he shall judge among the nations. Micah 4 and 3, and he shall judge among many people and rebuke strong nations afar off. Because what? Because the laws, statutes, and commandments are going to be the law of the world, man. And if you're going off according to the law, you're going to be judged. That's going to put the fear of the Most High in the earth. That's going to stop a lot of this fucking buffoonery that's going on right now. You see? It's going to stop a lot of this bullshit that's going on right now, man. Women just out here running their fucking mouths, bucking up against men. You got motherfuckers out here eating all manner of abominable meats. All this confusion about what gender is, all that clownish, that clown bullshit, that buffoonery is going to be put out of the earth once the righteous law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High is established, man. You see? All that damn confusion is going to be done away with. So Micah 4:3, and he shall judge among many people, and rebuke strong nations afar off, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. Do you hear that? You see? Ain't gonna be no more senseless wars on the earth, man. Ain't gonna be no more need for handguns and assault rifles. All that shit is gonna be turned into agricultural tools because you heathen nations are gonna be put to work. Ain't gonna be no more war in the earth once the Israelites are back in power, man. Why? Because our planet is about to become is going back to a peaceful state. The complete opposite of what we see right now up under Esau. Verse 4 says what? But they shall sit every man under his vine and under his fig tree, and none shall make them afraid. For the mouth of Yahweh of hosts have spoken it. Peace. You're gonna have to worry about nobody running up and robbing you and stealing your shit, man. You see? Coming in your house in the middle of the night and murdering you. And if it happens, they're gonna be judged according to the law. But the way we see the earth being ran up on the Esau, man, this will not be a thing in the future, man. This shit is gonna be done away with once America is destroyed. You see, this is not how life is supposed to be. This shit is not normal. You see? This shit is completely off and is completely wicked, man. You shouldn't have to worry about being defrauded, stolen from. You see? You shouldn't have to be worried about that up on in society, man. But this is what's allowed to happen up under Esau. Verse 5 says what? For all the people will walk every one in the name of his God, and we will walk in the name of Yahweh, our power, forever and ever. And that day, saith Yahweh, will I assemble her that halteth, and gather her that is driven out, and her that I have afflicted. Talking about what? The remnant. There it is. Verse 7 says what? And I will make her that halted a remnant, and her that was cast off a strong nation. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah shall reign over them in Mount Zion from henceforth even forever. And that's those thoughts of peace. We're going to be brought back into good terms with our power, man, once the Lord Yahweh Shah brings us into that second covenant. And this is the process that we're going through right now. This is the beginning stage of it. And if we continue on this path, continue in faith, we're going to be brought back into the fullness of being the sons of the Most High, man, being gods on earth. You see? This is what we're doing. What we're doing is leading to this, man. You see? Verse 8 says what? O thou, O tower of the flock, the stronghold of the daughter of Zion, unto thee shall it come, even the first dominion. The kingdom shall come to the daughter of Jerusalem. And that's our peace, man. Like the Apostle Peter said, we long for a kingdom wherein dwelleth righteousness, man. And that's what the Most High has promised to bring us into. That's those thoughts of peace. You see? So we got a few more. Yup. Verse 22 says what? Yea, many people and strong nations shall come to seek Yahweh of hosts in Jerusalem and pray before Yahweh. Why? Because it's going to be commanded. Ain't going to be no worshiping the false idols in the earth once the Israelites are back in power. The only God that's going to be served is the one true living God, man. The only God. You see? The creator of the heavens and the earth. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. The God of Israel. The Almighty Yahweh. That's the only God that's going to be worshipped in this earth once Yahweh Shai comes to put the Israelites back in power, man. Ain't going to be no more fucking Buddha or Shiva or Jesus Christ. All that shit is going to be done away with when the heathen go down. You're not going to have the freedom of religion. You're going to either serve the God, the Almighty God, the one true living God, or you're going to be put to death, man. Those are the only options you have. You're going to serve the one true living power, or you're going to die. Point blank, period. If we catch you out here, if we catch you worshiping idols, you heathen nations, if we catch you worshiping idols, we are going to put you to death. Because once again, the laws, statutes, and commandments will be upheld in full force in the earth. And it will be so beautiful. It will be beautiful, man. So it goes on to say, verse 23. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, in these days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold of out of all languages of the nations, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that the Most High is with you. This is what's coming, man. We're going to be the leaders in the earth. And we're going to lead in righteousness, man. No more confusion. No more wickedness. You see, there's just righteousness, peace in the earth, man. This is what the Most High has promised to bring us into. These are the thoughts of peace that he has towards his people. And by us being brought into that state of peace, into that state of everlasting righteousness, is going to cause the earth to flourish and be brought back into a state of paradise, man. You see, all this confusion, all this fucking madness that we see going on in the earth right now, the fucking transgender bullshit, the rainbow flag bullshit, the GMO foods, children being destroyed, the families being torn apart, all that shit is going to be done away with right along with Esau, man, and his wicked ass way. And this is what the remnant is longing for. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to see that it's done, man, as it is written, as he has spoken it. So with that, I'm going to give all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful Le'akim out there, pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has created us to do. With that, I'm going to say Shalom, Wa, Abba, Babal.